So there you go, guys. I do apologize about that. I actually had you guys on private, so I just had to sort that out for you. Technical glitch. So thank you, everybody who is joining us. I am so grateful. As you all know, I've been doing the vlogging for the Big Sister and Housemates for a bit of time now. And I have really been enjoying it, and it's all been going very, very, very well. Just making sure everything is working fine today, because I did have some technical issues last time, and I just want, as you can see, the production's getting a bit more better. I still haven't got, I can't sometimes see the live going on, so I do apologize. Just want to say thank you again for taking the time. Everyone who always takes that time out to come and see exactly what's going on at the show. Now, before we go anywhere, just want to say a massive, massive congratulations and a big well done to both Junior Navo and the lady herself, Zainab Sharif. Just want to say congratulations, guys. You guys have done a fantastic job. Everything about the shows have just been so lovely to see, and just to see you guys continuously keeping that up. Just want to say again, thank you. So on behalf of me and myself on my show, and probably all the other Sierra Leonean people who do lock in, we want to say thank you for bringing us all together, at least for these shows. Now, like I said, I have a special guest for you guys all today. Now, this lady is somebody who, you know, has been in the industry for quite some time now. And, you know, like sometimes you may not, someone's a fashion designer, but someone who's just been in it all their life, you know what I mean? From I've ever known this lady, and even those who do know this lady, know for sure she is a cut above the rest when it comes to the fashion industry. So with us today, guys, is going to be, I'm going to be speaking to the wonderful Samuella James, who's going to be telling us more about her brand and getting tucked in and telling us her opinions and what she thinks about Housemates and Big Sister Sierra Leone. I just want to say thank you for her for even taking the time out to, you know, just be here with me and just, you know, I know the shows are on right now. Everyone's quite busy probably watching the shows, but please let me prize you away for a hot second and come and join us, you know what I mean? And see really what we as over here abroad have to say about the show. So, right, let's just start first and foremost. Yeah, Housemates, quickly, very quickly, guys. I have to be honest, again, I said it last week, Housemates is really impressing me. I'm loving the consistency, the stability. I'm loving everything that's going on in the show. I'm loving the fact that, you know, we're getting to see our housemates develop, and we're getting to see more of their personalities. So it's really, really a nice thing. It's a positive thing, and it's something that probably most people who were looking forward to Housemates and Big Sister to come on at the same time would have probably might not have thought maybe Mr. Navo and his crew would have been able to pull off anything very well. So I think they've all done very, very, very well with Housemates. Something I just wanted to quickly talk about with Housemates is some of the tasks. Now this week they had a particular task that I have really found to be so interesting. Now this task, what they did, they had a singing competition. I believe it was Tuesday, Wednesday. So they've had a singing competition. And in the singing competition is singing group rapping competition. And all the contestants had to make their lyrics about Sierra Leone. So hopefully I'll be able to get the video up where you might be able to actually hear some of those lyrics. I'm going to try and see if I can play it for you guys. But some of the things that I found this task really, really well, because it really showed how our nation can actually come together. I mean, for example, though everybody might have different political views and things like that, now they've come into Housemates. Now they've been given this task, but the task is about Sierra Leone. The task is not your political view. Your task is not your gender. The task is not concerned about anything other than Sierra Leone. So some of the lyrics was like, you know, Sierra Leone, we must be united. Sierra Leone, we must respect people in government. And it made me feel like, you know what? Sometimes I'm here over in the UK and I'm very quick to think, oh, they wanted the people back home, you know, but to watch it and see how they came together with the words and the way it's like Sierra Leone young people right now are changing. No one cares about your political affiliation. No one really cares which part of Freetown or part of Sierra Leone you're from. No one's really concerned no more about your tribe, tribalism, forget about that. And the lyrics that they used, they were so inspirational. They made you feel like change was coming for us in Sierra Leone. And it was really nice to see. I mean, I was very, very impressed. And the winner, again, the winners of that, it was Shan's group, and I felt, though there was some kind of people did say that, or you know, they did not necessarily deserve to win, but one thing they did demonstrate was what happens when people put their differences aside and do a show. And they did a very good show, irrespective that they were not actually the best singers and dancers. However, working together, they managed to produce a very good show, and they won the competition. So I really, really love that. Now, another person that's standing out in Housemates for me is Yanapoli. As we all know, Yanapoli, you guys love when I say, as you all know, as you all know, Yanapoli, she's a Sierra Leonean girl in Housemates, and she's come all the way from America, and she is doing exceptional in this house. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of talk boku boku man business, and she's little flirt and all the rest of it. However, but this girl is really, really representing Sierra Leone. She's representing the talented people. She's representing academics. She's representing, but she's also a bit of a frisky one as well. Let's be honest. I mean, let's not try and make her look like she's a, you know, a sweet little princess. She's a pretty princess, but she's got her issues as well. But I think the nice balance with Yanapoli is the knowledge, and at the same time, the fact that she's not only knowledgeable, she's also got the fitness thing going where she always works out and things like that. And it also shows the differences with the girls in the America and the Sierra Leonean girls we have back home. Obviously, there's going to be differences, different worlds. But with, in particular, Yanapoli, what's been really, really good to watch is to see that she's really working towards all her strengths. She's not just working towards one strength. She's pushing all the different aspects, and she's always winning, always exempt from eviction. She's always exempt from eviction. She wins everything. And so big up to Yanapoli, big up, when I do the show, I do really try to be a bit specific and not go too, like, I like to be more grounded in where we go with the housemates. There's so many housemates. I mean, today we've spoken a bit about Yanapoli. I've just also explained to you guys that I really enjoyed this Wednesday's task. It was fantastic. I loved the production. I loved everything. Kama is really beginning to blossom for me as well in the house. So I'm looking forward to seeing Kama, you know, push and get where she's got to go. So as you all know, that's my favorite word. Apart from just housemates, we've also been blessed. We don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. We've also been blessed with Big Sister going on. For me, it's a curse because I just think the two shows should not have been going on at the same time. As much as we love the show, it's a blessing to have Big Sister, blessing to have a housemate, but we're not really too happy about having them both at the same time. Now, since we've had a little rundown on housemates, I just want to bring your attention to the Big Sister house. Now, the Big Sister house has been making its rounds, okay? A lot has been going on in the Big Sister house. It hasn't been funny. But before we quick do that, I just wanted to see, have we got any comments there before we go on any further? Before we start talking about Big Sister, I just want to read some of the comments that we're getting. I do apologize. System's running quite slow. I'm trying to get to your comments, guys. Again, thank you for the people who are watching. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for just always sticking with me. I know I know it's not always easy, but I do appreciate everybody who's taking the time continuously to just support me. All right, guys. Let me just see if I can still get some of these comments. I'm not able for some reason today. All right, guys, just bear with me, please. We will come back to your comments. Before the comments, I would like to introduce someone to you all. Now, this lady who is going to be joining me any moment now is the wonderful Samuella James. I'm going to let her introduce herself and say more about herself. But before she comes, I just want to say thank you for even just taking your time to even be here today. I know you're a very busy lady, and I just want to always appreciate you because you've always appreciated me. You know, what times when I have nothing and there was no one there, you was always there. So I'm always grateful. Right, Samuella James, join us and welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Nasai. So
Oh,
sorry
thank
about the past week. It's been a little bit hectic, and I was really sick, so
you.
sick a few days before my daughter's birthday. I was so sick, like nobody knew about it. I was being fed like a baby,
Oh,
honest to God. But I was able to, with prayers, I was able to kind of like push myself to get up from the bed like 2 days before MG's birthday. So I thank God, and yeah, I'm okay. Such a pleasure to come. I just want to say you're doing an amazing job. So keep it up. I'm
thank
so
you.
proud of you. You know that, and
Thank
I
you.
want you to do more and more. So yeah. So thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you, Sammy. I really
I'm all,
appreciate it. I just want to say hi to Mr. JB Mara. Looking stunning, darling. Yeah, mate. Thank you ever so much. Oh, wow. We've got Mr. Reshat Insau. My God, this is one of my my very, very, very good friend, all the way from Cyprus. We've got Bangaroo. Bangura Al Kasim, who's with us. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. We've also got the wonderful Eddie Grant. He says she's frisky. Eddie, when are you going to come and join my show? Huh? I'm seeing you on all the feeds. Me and you are always watching together. It would be lovely to have you on the show. So please do join us. I would love to have you on the show, especially someone like you's always been watching. You're in and out of the show. So yeah, please make contact. I would love to have you on the show and find out what you think about the contestants. So now, like I said, Samuella James, I want to just
yes.
start a little bit. What do you actually do for those who don't know you? I mean, obviously you can see we've got guests who are not from Sierra Leone. What do you actually do? What's your trade here?
Well, for those who don't know me, of course, I'm a fashion designer. Fashion has always been a passion of mine since I was 8 years old. So my dream, I remember when I came across my mom's, she had this big wedding catalog. I think it was over 1,000 pages. And I was wondering, why did she have the catalog? But anyway, I came across it and I was watching, looking at the styles. It was so beautiful. The laces. I mean, I think this was like in the 80s. And so I was like, one day I would love to have my own wedding shop, a wedding
Mm-hmm.
boutique. So that's how I started that's how my obsession with weddings started in a way. So, as I grew up, I knew that I wanted to do clothes like fashion designing. So I
Wow.
remember one time I went on holiday and my uncle gave us some money to buy some fabrics. So I
Okay.
went and I got my fabric and I saw the style that I really liked. So I decided to take it to the tailor. But then I just I told him, like, can we change it this way? I wanted to make it my own and put my own signature in there.
Wow.
So that's how my obsession with making clothes started. And so 2 years back I officially launched Rebel Chic Closet, which obviously
Wow.
caters to the wardrobe. Well, predominantly, obviously, for plus size women like me, but we don't bias, we don't discriminate. I do actually do offer services for all body types anyway, right?
Okay.
Um, it's yeah. So basically, it's just that I'm into the fashion side and the beauty side. Everybody knows me for
Okay.
my makeup, which I used to do bridal makeup many young years ago. So it's just both. I'm just juggling both of them, fashion and beauty, basically.
Wonderful. I mean, it's really brilliant that you mentioned about the beauty side of things, because I do know that you have that love and that passion which works in hand with your fashion. So it's great for people to know that not just the fashion designer, but obviously you do the fashion. I think you also do like you also do the eyelashes.
Yes, I recently launched my it's not, I wouldn't say it's officially launched, but I actually bought out my own brand of lashes, which are, it's been a dream of mine for over maybe 7 years. I always wanted to have my own brand of cosmetics, obviously. So, but I decided to start with the lashes because that was like my first obsession, and then just, you know, walk my way through it as I go along. So, you know, it took me 7 years, but then I wanted it to be just, I wanted it to be unique. I want to put my own stamp in it because I'm that person. I just don't want to do something because
Of course,
everybody else is doing it, or
of course.
you know, put your
Yeah.
name just to put your name there. I want every single detail to be something that I you know, envision, and that's where the packaging came from. And
Yeah.
so if you open the package, there's also like a motivational Sam in there, which obviously everybody knows it's not a secret. I'm very spiritual, that God gave to me, and I decided to incorporate that inside the package. Just if you, when you know, when you open it, just to feel good, that to know that no
Yeah.
matter what you're going through, God is always with you and you will not fail.
So you have
That's what
that
it is.
special touch. So some of the products that you're obviously selling, you put in that extra touch, that special touch, that kind of personable way of giving.
It's very important. Yeah.
I mean, that's for someone like me, who I do know you personally, that's something that you do actually spend a lot of time on, which is the presentation and how your products make people feel and how people think, which is always such a nice thing. Again, being from Sierra Leone, we don't always see that type of you know, effort that people put in their work, and that's probably why you're doing so well. So congratulations for that. Right, let's get to the nitty and the
Yeah,
gritty.
thank you. It's really doing well.
I'm sure you've been watching The Big Sister like everybody else, and what? Have you been watching Housemates as well?
I'm going to be really honest. I do love the show, but I haven't actually like took time to watch it. So
Okay.
I'm more you know, big sister fan, a big massive sister fan. I'm kind of like dedicated to that show. It's nothing against the housemate. It's just that, you know, I'm just dedicated to big sister show. I do sometimes, like, you know, maybe just browse a little bit, maybe like 2 seconds, and you know, but I mean, it's a good show. So
I mean, look, you've just got moved right to my first question. Is obviously, as there was a controversy at the beginning of the shows as to things that were going on between the two producers, and as you and I both know. But in your opinion, do you think maybe the shows should have been done at a different time, not both at the same time, perhaps?
yeah, my opinion, honestly, I actually thought that they should have waited one show after the other, because, you know, let's be honest, Sierra Leone is not a, you know, it's not as big as Nigeria. Yeah, Sierra Leone is a small, you know, country, I think, but maybe 7 million or something. So
Yeah,
we don't, you know, we don't get this type of shows often. You understand? So for me,
absolutely.
I just thought that it would have been so nice to you know, to get one after the other. I know
Yeah.
people will say, well, it's your choice, you can watch whatever you want to watch.
Yes.
But I think that in a way, the way it was actually done, we were put, we, you know, we the watchers, we the viewers, we were put in a situation where we have to choose. You understand? And I don't think
Absolutely.
we're supposed to choose. I would have loved to watch Housemaid, you know, dedicatedly. But I mean, with Zainab, you know, being a woman and everything that she's been through, I think it's, let's just say, I have a, you know, that for me, that loyalty lies with her
Yeah.
and her story, what she's been through, and to be able to stand up strong. She's very inspirational, and she inspires people like us not to give up. You know, so that show is so big, like to carry such show with such magnitude. I mean, hats off to her. I
Yeah.
salute her. So I think that they
Absolutely.
should have allowed us to enjoy, like, you know, especially with the COVID season right now. So, you know, we should have like watched one show, and then as soon as that one finished, we're on to the next. Something to just keep us busy, you understand, throughout the Christmas period. That's what I thought. But 2 shows back to back, I don't think it was good for me anyway.
I mean, it also confirms to me that, you know, sometimes when these promoters and producers are doing shows, they almost forget about us, and they forget about the people who are abroad, who, whether they live in America or they live in Sierra Leone, I mean, or they live in, apologies, either they live in America or they live in the United Kingdom. And, you know, it's a case of, when you guys are doing the shows and you're trying to promote Sierra Leone, at what point do people start thinking about what is happening over here? Because for us to be able to watch 2 shows, I mean, just imagine, you're already doing 8-9-hour shifts at work. And if you're not doing at work, you're doing it looking after your child. And if you're not looking after for your child, you're looking for a job. And you understand? And then we've got to watch both shows at the same time, fulfill our lives. It's become quite difficult at times. So, I mean, if you had any advice that you would like to give any of these promoters who are doing these shows, and what advice would you give them? I mean, for next year if they're coming?
I mean, you know, just cut off the pettiness, you know, cut off trying to get one over each other, because that's, for me, I think that's what it was. Think about the viewers, because for me, I think that they would have been having more viewers watching one show at a time and having to watch back to back, you know, because you might be watching Housemate, and then, you know, you have to switch over to Big Sister. So you know, you might miss something. You might miss something that's happening between the houses. So it's like you're back and forth, like it's too much, it's too demanding. So, you know, just cut off the pettiness. Think about the viewers, because we are the one that bring in the money anyway. Because I know that viewing,
Absolutely.
you know, viewers buying,
Absolutely.
whatever, you know, it brings in the money. If they're going to do it next year, just consider the viewers and just do it one at a time. You understand what I'm saying? One at a time. Simple.
Absolutely.
Because the reality show is not a show where it's recorded to say, okay, like X Factor. When I watch X Factor, I'm gonna go over at 8 o'clock. Then it's going to be Strictly Come Dancing. You have the choice there, because the timing is not going to overlap. But
Absolutely.
with 2 reality shows back to back, I think it's too much. So next year, if they're going to do it, cut off all this pettiness, cut off all this competition and all this whatever is going behind the scenes, and consider the viewers and allow us to make a choice, because it's like we won't give it that much.
That to me is exactly the point I've been trying to, well, not only myself, many people have been saying, you know, it is just a bit disturbing that we all have to be put through all this rigmarole. All we want is a very good show. All we want is for people to be successful. We do know things happen in, you know, when people work together, things are bound to happen. But at one point, we need to start thinking on what is the benefit of the people as a whole. So, I mean, both Mr. Navo and the wonderful Zainab herself, I hope this is something they can both discuss, and in the future not have to put us all through this type of situation. But in saying that, the show's still being fantastic. Sammy, just want to give you some comments. We've got a comment here from hi Casada Kitchen. Hello, thank you so much for watching. We've also got a comment from, is it Kanisha Bless?
Okay. Oh, that's my sister.
That's Kanisha Bless.
Kanisha Bless.
Yeah, she's sending a message out to you. So thank you ever so much for that, Kanisha. We've also got Irina put a message a minute ago. She said, I'm all right with both of this the same time. A bit of competition doesn't hurt. Again, that's been a very common feature. Thank you for that, Irene, for bringing us back to earth, because that's been a common feature. I think we're all very happy about the competition. I think the question we've got is the timing. I think the timing doesn't allow us enough time in the day to successfully do our things and then still be able to watch the show. So I think, again, a very good point, Irene. I can't fault that. And I forgot to add that we need the competition. It is necessary.
This is Sierra Leone. We have to think about data. People don't have money to be buying data to be going from one shows to the other. You understand? So you have to think about all these things. Yeah, competition is good. Healthy competition is good. I'm up for that. There's no problem. But I mean, it's just behind the scenes, there's some kind of hostility there. And this is also, these two shows are actually pairing. It's kind of like pairing, you know, both supporters against each other, because you have like somebody who is a housemate supporter, maybe cussing, you know, that person who is a big sister. So it's like too much back and forth. So yeah, the competition is good, but behind the scene, there was a motive there for these shows to come together.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. And I think
that's where we, the viewers, were taken completely out of the whole equation. They didn't consider the people in Sierra Leone, financial wise. Some people don't even have phone, you know, whatever. And some of these things they need to put into consideration for next year.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, again, competition, we like it. Timing was not necessarily the best, and hopefully they're going to get things and it's going to be much better for when we next go for next year. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. But apart from just that, now let's talk about the show itself. Sammy, so you've been watching the show religiously, or have you been like 90% of the community whenever they can? Tell me, have you been watching all the shows? Or how well have you done trying to keep up with everything?
I wouldn't say 100% watching it, because obviously I'm busy being a mom and everything. And sometimes, you know, at 8:30 the show is on and there's something juicy going on. So unfortunately, I have to put my baby to bed. And my sister is like, she's like a dedicated house, you know, big sister.
I didn't know. So what does Rosie, which one does Rosie like?
Rosie loves Big Sister. She's all for Big Sister.
Oh, I gotta get her on the
I mean, she's always tagging me. Like when something is happening, she'll be tagging me and tagging me. I'm like, listen, I'm putting MG to bed. I'm doing something. I'm out and about. So like, she's so dedicated to that show. So I would say for me, like I would say about 85%. You know,
okay, so it's actually quite good. I'm really happy to hear that, your sister, because I mean, I'll definitely want your sister to come and obviously join us as a guest. She's an absolutely fantastic lady as well. Oh, that's wonderful. So it's a whole family affair.
She's very shy.
Whole family affair. No,
I know that would be amazing, but she's very shy. She was like, oh yeah, me not to wait a color, you know, you on side that one.
Bless you. Just want to say a few comments, Sammy, that I'm getting. Just want to say hi to Mr. Philip Eldridge. As you know, Sam, I don't know, do you remember Phil? My friend Phil? I think you may have met my friend Phil many years ago when we've gone party. Remember my birthday party?
Yes.
Yes, of course. He says, well done. We've got Kanisha also. She said, thank you, Nasai, darling. I'm enjoying you guys. Hey, thank you, Kanisha. We've got Miss MJS Sire. He says, nice initiative, Nasa Fauna. Thank you ever so much. We've also got the wonderful Kula Jusu. Hey, girlfriend. Hey. Welcome, guys. Thank you for some of you who haven't been with us before. This is not what you say. It's how you say it. This is a platform where I'm just trying to be myself. I know I'm not going to be able to please everyone. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm thinking maybe this would be a wonderful opportunity for us who are international to be a part of the moment, the extraordinary moment taking place in Sierra Leone. We've got the big sister, we've got the housemates. I mean, we're at the point now where people can see that we're not just Ebola, that we're not just about blood diamonds. We don't just cut people's hands off for nothing. Do you know what I mean? We're not them kind of people. And it's so lovely to just see everything happening. And I'm hoping people like yourself, Sammy, it leads me to my next bit. Hey guys, just want to say, Sammy, have you been seeing, I'm sure you heard about Afiz going to, well, not Afiz, that Afiz's design was used in the Housemates. Did you hear about that? You know, his t-shirt.
Yeah, I actually saw a post from Teen News about that. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And yeah, and that was amazing. That, it's so good. Obviously, I know Afiz, he has a very good relationship with Junior Navo anyway. So
Yes.
that I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised at all. But I mean, to be able to um incorporate, our own Sierra Leone design in there, and somebody that's from the diaspora, they're doing so, I mean,
Mhm.
such an amazing job. I mean, it's really, really good for him as well. Yeah, I
Yes, of
saw that.
course.
I mean, yeah, that looks so beautiful.
So that
Well done
leads
to
me,
Afiz.
how did that lead me to my next question? How did that make you feel when you saw that? Because he's the boy next door. We know him. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
How did that make you feel, Sammy?
I felt very proud of him. I felt very proud of him, to be able to get out there. We've all supported Afiz. I mean, I have my shirt for my whole family, my daughter and hubby, and we got that, during the exactly, during the Independence Day.
I
So
remember.
I mean, I was like, woo, that's fantastic. I mean, it's good because it's not a foreign designer. This is our own, our very own, boy doing such great and amazing job. So for him to be showcased like that, I mean, I felt really good. I was like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. I also did. And is that something that maybe you would be interested in, probably working on bringing your fashion to reality TV and supporting in any way that you feel that you can? Is that something you'd be interested to, in case you have any Mr. Navos listening, or they'll get to listen to this, or Zainab Sherry? Is that something that maybe you would be interested in doing for your collections to be showcased?
I mean, obviously, as a designer, you always have to be ready for
Yeah.
something, because for me, it's just with this COVID-19, I had so many ideas in terms of clothes, and
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do clothes this year because like you said, because of the whole COVID-19. But it's I wouldn't say much. It would be an honor to have something there, obviously from Liberty Closet. And there's something going on that is connected to Liberty Closet. But unfortunately, I can't say anything about that. That is,
Okay, so
it's
you've got
related
something
to
working in
it's
the
related to
pipeline.
Housemates as well. But I cannot say much about that. I mean, I'm not going to try and jinx it, but eventually people will, see it. So for now, my mouth is.
That's fantastic news. I mean, if they need any models, any holding jackets, any standing at the door, let me know. I
Yeah.
have no problem in helping my friend. So if you're
Yeah.
gonna get any gigs, anything in the pipeline,
Oh
I have
yeah.
no problem helping.
Yeah. If I was in Sierra Leone, it would have been so nice to be able to style someone. Yeah. Like for
Oh wow,
example,
yeah.
somebody like Dima. Yeah. Dima, I mean, like, she's gonna go places anyway.
She is
But
so hot.
she
That girl
she
is fire.
represents me. She represents the plus size woman. She
Yeah.
represents the full
And,
Latino
and
woman.
it's
You
very true,
understand?
because you tend to have that kind of fire execution damage when you go out as
Exactly.
well.
So I think me and her, if I was in Sierra Leone, me and her would have worked. But you never know, it could still happen. Me and her could work, as something, because of her body shape and because what my brand represents.
Yeah, and
So,
she's beautiful.
oh yeah, she's very
Mm,
gorgeous. Yeah. So,
yeah.
but
So that leads me now to our
let's
next
wait and see.
question.
Yeah.
What do you think of the guest? Sorry, my video keeps playing up, guys. What
Uh,
do you think about the current guests, contestants that we have in the Big Sister house? Let's talk about this now, Sammy. Right, you're here in the UK, Big Sister comes, we've got this different kind of characters inside the home. What do you think about the Big Sister Village contestants? Which contestant has made you feel warm to at the beginning? They may not be there no more, but let's take it step by step. Like that. Let's have a little combo. So from the beginning, who did you really like?
okay. This is what I said at the beginning of the show. I'm very hard to please. I'm very no, you already know that, right? I'm very hard to please, and on top of that, I'm very particular. And that's, I mean, it shows in my work. I'm not the type of person that, you know, I don't let's say, I don't rush to do things. If it's not perfect, it doesn't come out. And that's just me. You understand? Because of the passion that I have for something. And I did mention at the beginning to say, so far I haven't seen anybody that has actually impressed me. So I'll be watching the show. And I was able, you know, Kumbalibel was able to like persuade me to say, listen, can you support Dinma? She's like this. I've seen her before the show in terms of her work, and she does phenomenal work, you know, makeup artist.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, fine. I would watch the show and see how she impressed me. And she impressed me, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, she really did.
Yeah. I was really sad, you know, I was really sad when she left the show. I was really sad. And I was shocked. I was really shocked. And I couldn't watch her eviction because I was out and about once again. So I missed her eviction. So when I came home and I heard that she was evicted, I was like, what? Because she is the epitome of everything that represent this big sister show in terms of the brand, you know, intelligent,
class, yeah, she really blew me away.
You understand? So she actually captured my heart, and she deserved my votes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me see what this girl, you know, what has she got and what she's bringing. And she brought it in, and I mean, she went above and beyond. Now, at the moment, I'm also, now she's gone, I'm kind of like trying to study the other contestant. So I wouldn't say I have a particular person at the moment. I'm like, yes. But I would say one thing, Jelly Katu impressed me tonight.
Okay.
Jelly Katu
and why did you say Jelly Katu impressed you? Oh, why did you think she impressed you tonight?
The way she spoke, the ambitions, this, you know, all the intentions that she had.
Yeah.
She has a very good platform to execute all of these of her visions that she has. You understand? And she speaks so eloquently, which is so good. So for someone like her to win the show, she would definitely sell the Big Sister brand.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And she would make use of that platform. You understand? I mean, she will represent Big Sister in a very positive way. Very, very positive way. So the way she spoke today, I was listening to her, everything she has to say, and I'm really impressed. So I'll keep my eyes on her.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, Jelly Katu has had a few issues in the house, okay? However, I do know, that's her picture right up there for some of you who do not know her. She has been involved in some one or two things that are not conventional, but she is, again, this is about empowerment. And it just goes back to that comment that you made about this empowerment. You know, the show is meant to empower the contestants, but you and I both know we have been witnessing some unpleasant situations which have in some ways questioned the empowerment aspect of things. Right, don't get me wrong, it goes without saying, Zainab has made some decisions wherein you can be proud of her actions when they have misbehaved. But one thing I would like to discuss a little bit with you, how have you felt when you've encountered some of these toxic situations on the show? How have you felt when you've been watching it yourself personally?
I felt disappointed. I felt ashamed as a woman because I can't remember. I mean, you know, we live in the diaspora, especially in London, Southeast. We know what they do. You understand? Even when they don't, you know, they don't say it verbally, but you know, with all the things that are going on, all these, you know, the text and the collage and all this, we know how they can go in. Yeah. When you read it, it's okay. You can, you know, when you read it, it's different from when you hear it. And hearing these girls, the way they spoke, the words that are coming out of their mouth, I felt so disappointed and so ashamed as a woman. I mean, every one of us has that. We have, you know, we get the goodness inside. You understand? But
Yeah.
just we get the goodness inside. But it's just something like, you know, we try for, I'm not going to say suppress it. We just like, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
You understand? Because when you behave like that, for me, I'm thinking, okay, if somebody come at me and I want to start saying all these things, it's like, I just want to prove a point. When at the end of the day, for me, the type of person you know, I have so much to lose if I have to respond to every negative things that are said about me. And especially you have to be aware of this platform that you're giving. You need to know the essence and importance of where this is going to take you. So there's some things that you just need to take a step back and like, no, this is not why I'm here. I'm here to improve myself. And even if you are, you know, you have like temper, you're, you know, like somebody who is quick tempered, you have to just, you know, count to 10 and say, I know why I'm here, and I'm not going to lose, you know, my, you know, I'm not going to be distracted to, you know, to lose you know, the reason why I'm here. So, like for example, the situation with Sleep Picking and what's the girl's name, Victoria.
Yeah.
That really, I mean, it hurt me to the core, because that was not what Big Sister was about at all. Yes, it's a reality show. We love the drama. You know, we laugh and everything about that. But I think they went way too far. They went way too far.
Well,
and that wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant to watch. Seriously.
Absolutely.
It wasn't pleasant to watch, and it's degrading.
Yeah.
For a woman,
Yeah.
it's degrading. I think you can control yourself.
You have, you know, nicely moved me on to my next point, because the show, as we all know, and one of the main reasons why, you know, using you as an example, and you've also demonstrated that at the beginning, that, you know, you are supporting Zainab, and there's a lot of hope we have for these contestants. Now, when some of these things are going on, do you think it's going against what we were expecting? Because if the kind of contestants that we had last year, we sort of kind of knew what kind of contestants we had last time when they first did it with the China Nikki. This time we brought international people to come to the competition. At that point, I would have thought maybe there would have been a difference in the type of contestants in which we chose, because these girls are standing out like a sore thumb because they're not like the other contestants who are international, who perhaps like myself and yourself, we find it really strange to butu at somebody and mami cuss anybody. It sounds really
if I was
strange.
there, I probably would have like, huh? Trust me, I mean, I've heard these before, but like, no.
I know, right? So
think,
if you, for example, Zainab was watching this now and Zainab said, look, she could actually watch this, what advice would you give her? What would you say in relation to next time when picking the guests, the contestants?
You know, in every reality show, you have to have the one that brings the fun factor. You have to have the one that brings the crazy factor. You have, you know, the one that brings who is the peacemaker. I mean, they're all individual with their own individual character. Yeah. But I think in some ways, when they were selecting some of these contestants, they made some mistakes, because when you go back to the auditions, there were really, really good girls, intelligent, you know, standout girls with so much skills and personality that would have actually been so good for the show.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I
That's a very good point.
There's some kind of lack, you know, there in, you know, in choosing the contestant. And I hope that this will be like a learning process for Zainab, when, you know, hopefully 2021 Big Sister, she will definitely maybe you know, try to, maybe, because I don't know if it's true, but I think I heard that she actually chose the contestant by herself. I'm not sure how tool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, next time you definitely have, you need help. And
Yes.
also, sometimes I think, you know, maybe if it's a day boot camp or something, just to get their characters and stuff. But you know,
I mean,
your initiation should be able to tell you that I think this is fit for the show, this is fit for the show. Yeah, we love the drama, we love the, you know, the funny people and all this stuff. But then you think about the show, it's a show with such magnitude. It's an international show. So you have to really know who you are, you know, choosing to be to represent your brand, because it's not just about the girls, it's about Big Sis and about Zainab showing the brand.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. So just before we come to an end, I just want to know who the remaining contestants. Who are you voting for? Who are you rooting for? One, or you can pick one or two or three, whichever one.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Majo, honest to God. I'm not a big fan of her, but I think for me, Majo has been playing it a little bit safe.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not saying she should be like, you know, the angry black woman bringing, you know, the money. No, it's not like that.
Yeah,
but I think, for me, I think there is more to her, you know, because we all know her for dancing. Yes, we know that. Yeah. But we want to know Majo for something else. And I just feel that she's very good at, you know, staying in her lane when there's drama and all that. I think she needs to bring, there's something there. She needs to bring more personality, because she's been very, very, like, very quiet.
Yeah. I mean, the money they're playing for is some big bucks. And then I think they almost don't know how to be. We want
to know Majo for something else apart from the dancing, which is a brand. I would like to know more about her, what she does. It's not what she plans to do in terms of having my own charity, having my own organization. No, I want to see more of her. I want to see her come out of her shell. And I think she's been playing it safe. She might just take the prize.
She might just, and I mean, her dancing skills are phenomenal. If anything, this girl's dancing skills are like the most triumphant thing I've seen. She's absolutely, I don't know what it is. She reminds me of Michael Jackson in the way she moves. Is that when she's moving, the whole gravity of the ground is moving, and she's just going with the passion.
It's just passion. That's how.
Yeah, she's amazing.
When you have passion, you don't even care about the money. Can you believe that?
I know.
You do it. When you have passion, you don't even care about the money. You know the money is going to come, but you want to do something so good that it sells itself. Absolutely. And that's what she's done. I mean, she's an international star, because I mean, she's worked with all,
I didn't even know
international superstars like Davido and all these things, yeah? She's already established that. This is just another stepping stone to, you know, to broaden her whole platform. But like I said, I want to see more of her. I want to see a little bit of character, not so for like the dance and butu and costume, because no, let people not get me wrong. I think there's more to her, and I think that she's been playing it too safe in my book.
Absolutely. I mean, she's being clever and tactical, but I mean, as much as she can play tactics, we are hoping that we're going to get to know her more. And we've got a few more weeks to go. We're talking about a good 3-4 weeks to go. So there is time for her to show herself and for us to know more about her. And again, Zainab and Mr. Naivo, if you do get the chance to watch this, we want you guys to start showing us why these people should take any of that money home and how much they can represent our nation on a national and international level. And if they do win, you know, what do you have in place for them other than money? And, you know, I'm sure they've got things, but we need to move to stage 2. So I think with what you've just said, it just confirms what everybody's saying. We all want to see why they must win that money. And as much as it's just a competition, but after
put them to work. They need to work.
I mean, you also said something to me earlier on. You said, well, the empowerment is after they win. Rightfully so. You know what I mean? The empowerment is how well they actually use the skills and that they've got.
Yeah, it's just like when you know these beauty contests, right? And the winner, of course, for a whole year, you're the beauty queen, which means you have to travel the world. You have to go and see people. You have to represent that brand.
Yes.
You understand? So that's where, for me, the empowerment comes from. You know.
Okay.
So after the show, whosoever wins, they have a lot to do. They have to be a role model. They have to be an example to the next person that's going to come. You know, there's so many opportunities that are going to open for them, that they're going to represent themselves, and also because every time something happens for them, they're going to be tagged as a big sister contestant, you know, winner. You understand? So that's where all of this empowerment. So at the end of the day, let's say for a whole year, we need to know what you've done to change the world, what you've done to, you know, to inspire young girls that are coming, people that have, you know, lost hope. What have you done? So that's like the empowerment that's, you know, coming, you know, after the whole show.
Absolutely. I mean, most definitely. You go without saying, everything you're saying is exactly what guests that have been here have said the same thing. So in you're thinking Majo is going to be at the finals. We're not sure if she's going to win, but you think that there's something about Majo. Yeah.
She might just.
Because this weekend is going to be a massive day for Big Sister this weekend, because the shifting is going to take place. And I do already I've started feeling that, you know, people are going to start thinking this is a fix, this isn't a fix, but let's just give this woman a chance and let's see if we can get, and also Mr. Navo as well. A few comments from Kanisha. Yes, Majo play really safe too. Too much. She hides in her shadow. I think it's because she's also a very young girl, Kanisha. And I begin. So they're not sabia for imitates. They don't know how to necessarily create everything. They're trying to play it safe. That's my opinion. And
I'm
also
really proud of her, because obviously, like, when they talk the Creole, they mix and all things.
Yes.
But I still want to see more. There's something there that she's not showing, and she's playing it too safe for my liking.
Yeah. And then we've also got Kanisha also said the person to win should be able to represent the brand. Exactly what you've said and what all the other contestants.
And that's why I said, like, tonight, Janika did impress me in a way, because she has a very strong platform with everything she wants to do. But maybe obviously, you know, I doubt that she's gonna win, because obviously she's a foreigner, right? And she's from Guinea or something. She's African. She's not whatever, because obviously, you know, you get good knowledge of Sierra Leone, but there's a possibility she might not win. This, you know, these days it's all about, you know, the rude people then seems to be the popular people. Yeah. And that's not what we're looking for. The thing about this Big Sister, we are all rooting for Zainab. We want this brand to continue. So we also want somebody that, you know, that deserve that prize, that's going to represent this brand and take this whole Big Sister brand to another level where we look forward to next year. And that's what it is.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, Samuella. I mean, I don't think I can add anything to that. That's exactly what you've just nailed it all in there. And one final thing I wanted to just quickly hit on, you know, in relation to some of the swearing and the abuse that we are seeing on Big Sister, which some of us are not happy about. At the same time, Zainab has made some decisions, which has been a good thing to do, punish the girls. Now, I just want to flip that on its head a little bit, in the sense that I see a common theme in the house that I can identify with outside of the house. Apart from just the contestants who are misbehaving in such a fashion, we also see that in our everyday social media interactions, where we have senior people swearing at each other, calling each other's names, threatening each other. And it just sort of, it kind of resonates to me that amongst our communities, not just Sierra Leoneans, but amongst us Africans, we tend to have a laxity and free-willed about some of the things they say. I mean, you can't just curse someone's unborn child. It's unacceptable.
No.
Absolutely. And just on the outside of things, how, watching that show, how does that make you feel when deep down you know these young women are only copying from the adults like ourselves? They're only 21, 22, 20. Kadiatu is a bigger girl, but some of these ones, the Yaba and Sire, they're young girls. What would you say? how their behavior is reflective to what we are enduring as adults amongst our community, with the shouting and swearing and threatening and calling names and things like that. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
We all have to lead by example, isn't it? You see, no, okay. I said we have to lead. We all have to lead by examples, right? If for me, I'm a mother of a 19-year-old, and if she sees me doing things like that, the cost, the mommy, the this, the that, what do you expect? She's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
You understand? They say charity begins at home. Yeah. For me, I just thought when I was hearing about street picking, I just thought it was just a name. I just thought it was just a nickname. But then she's actually like really displaying the whole, street picking attitude, like how we be picking away then a street where they cost mommy cost and all and all this stuff. And it's like she has no filter. You get me? She has no filter, and she needs a lot of mentoring. She needs a lot of talking to. You understand? Not just for now, but for going further in whatever platform she's going. Because I'm worried about where is she going to take this? What, where is it? Does she understand the meaning of all this big sister situation, thing going on? Does she understand it? Because if she understands, then she'll be able to know what's my next step, how I'm going to change myself, I'm going to sell myself. Absolutely. You understand? So seeing all these kids, these young girls displaying what they do, is what they've seen. Some of these, these young girls, they actually they took care of themselves. There was no adult to be able to control them or mentor them or guide them. Say, they just grew by themselves. You understand? So it pains my heart.
It's difficult to hear you, Sam. I don't know. Can everybody else hear Samuella? I'm just finding it difficult to hear you. I don't know if it's my phone, but I can't seem to hear you.
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me though?
No. Let me just unmute yourself and mute yourself and come back in.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just not loud. That's all. Okay. So with that in mind, I think all the comments that you've said again are wonderful, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to say, if you had an opportunity to probably work with Zainab, is that something you'd like to work with her on the side, giving support, giving advice, whether it's paid or it's not paid, but just to be a part of it, because it's a lot to carry on your back as a young single woman. So is that something you'd be interested in?
I would love to, because I've had experience. You understand? I've had experience. I have a whole lot of experience in terms of life, what life has taught me and all that. And some of these young girls have, they've gone through life in a way. So someone like me, I'm in a position to mentor them. I'm in a position to tell them how to carry yourself. I'm in a position to tell them that not everything that somebody say about you, you have to respond.
Absolutely.
I'm in a position to tell them you cannot give up whatever situation you are going through. You cannot give up. Use that negativity and turn it into positive. Just like for Samira that left the house because of a situation. I believe, hopefully, she's going to come out a much better person, because Samira is full of talent. She's full of talent waiting to come out. So I hope that she has, the right people around her to be able to guide her and mentor her, so that she'll be able to use her voice, her skills, and make something out of her life. So I think I'll be able to work with Zainab in terms of mentoring and advising her as well. Yeah, so she doesn't even have to pay me. Zainab just employing me.
Absolutely. Everything that you've said is I mean, like I said, I can't fault anything you've said, and you're absolutely right. And I do really appreciate your comments that you've made, and I really hope that Zainab does get the chance, or Mr. Navo does get the chance to listen to these comments that people are making, because we all just want the best for the show. Nobody's here to try and destroy anybody's show. So just want to just round up with you now, Sam. You did say you're looking at Majo. After Majo, apart from the international winners, apart from the international contestants, who do you think from the homegrown African girls might take this glory? Street picking? Seth? No? Street picking? No? It's not for you? No? Adama? No?
I love street picking.
Okay.
She's good for television. You know, when you have reality stars that they say they're good for television, right? Because with reality shows, we all want to see, you know, shipwrecked. We want to see people crumbling and crying and this and that and whatever. But I mean, but that's not what the show represents.
Yeah.
That's not what the show represents. And I don't want to be biased or whatever. It's like I said, she's good for television, but I cannot see beyond. And for somebody like me that've been through so much and able to get out of, you know, that ashes, yeah. I don't know if you know, with all this you know, the English thing, if now fake it, fake calm, or you understand. So she's another one that's confusing me. Yeah. she's confusing me. For as much as it's good for the TV and all that, and I don't want to be so harsh to say, if she wins, what is she going to do? How is this brand going to carry on? And everybody's saying we do not want another China Nikki. You understand what I'm saying? And that is the fear of the whole thing. And people like her, she has a large following. She has a large following. And that's why she's still there, because her votes are really high. So okay, I'm trying to see beyond when
you don't know 1 minute it gets sent, next minute you don't get sent. You don't know if
tonight she just said, I felt embarrassed for her. Like this evening when Salone was there, I felt embarrassed. Yeah. Some of the questions, I mean, she didn't ask any questions that was productive. There's something that would, you know, that would teach her. She didn't. Instead, she's talking about somebody else and then whatever. And then the whole thing about the vaginating thing. Anyway, all I can say is I wish her good luck. I don't know what to say about Street Picking. She's good for television. She's good for the show. She's good for the ratings. But what is she going to do after this whole big sister? That's the thing. Yeah. And I can't sit behind that. So apart from her and then Majo.
I missed that bit. I didn't actually see that bit. Yes.
You didn't see that bit? Anyway, I do wish all the I do honestly, I love all the girls and I do wish them all the best. And
thank you very much, Samuella. I really appreciate your comments.
Yeah, when you see these girls, the way you know, when you watch, I've never watched the Big Brother Nigeria, but every single one of these girls, even to the first person that is evicted, I mean, they're doing great things. They, you know, they're securing the bag, they're securing endorsements here and there. You understand?
Absolutely.
So you don't want to be a joker. You don't want you know, you want to have, you know, you want to know your work, so that when you have people coming to you and say, I would like to sign you up for so and so to represent my company. They're not just going to give you any kind of money. They know you're worth it. You understand? Because with Street Picking, it could be difficult, because sometimes they go just again the upper comedy here and there, whatever it is, and then after 1 year, she just disappear. Absolutely. And that's what I don't want for her. I want to see her do well so badly, honest to God. She has my heart. I want to see her do so well. And I pray she does have the right people after the whole situation, whether she wins or doesn't. I honestly want her to, I want her to win. Apart from even not winning the money, but I want her to win in life. Simple as that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Samuella. I really, really appreciate the time that you've taken. Just want to quickly round up just to let people know the band you're wearing today, the band I'm wearing today, both are Rebel Chic Closet. Both you can buy on from Samuella. You can get it from her page by putting an order, or you can go to her normal Facebook, Samuella James Facebook page, but she's also got the Rebel Chic Closet page on Facebook and Instagram,
November
where
28th.
you can buy any one of these headbands, one that I'm wearing, Sam's wearing, and also there's also different designs. Apart from that, we've got the eyelashes, because it's also part of the beauty. Not to just forget that, remember, she's also a designer, and she doesn't just necessarily just do for fuller figure girls. Anything you want, whether you're, and there's the bags. So this is an all-rounder. Just want to say thank you to you again, Samuella. I'm going to leave you with the one, a moment for you to say anything that you'd like to just add to your guests, and anyone that's watching. Is there any comment you'd like to leave them with before we go?
Okay, I mean, I couldn't see who is logged on or whatever, but I just want to say thank you guys for joining in, and thank you for supporting Nasai anyway. Thank you for supporting this show. You know, after this whole show, we're going to miss you, Nasai. So you have to start thinking of the next thing that's going to come for Nasai. Yeah. But thank you guys. And don't forget November 28th, the Rebel Chic Closet first pop-up Facebook Live, cocktail sip and shop pop-up sale. So we'll also be officially launching the Rebel Chic Closet website. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So how it's going to work on the day is we're going to be, I'll be showing you all the items, the beautiful lashes, the tiaras, the scarves, all of these things. But you have to get your phone or your computer or your laptop ready, because every time when I show you something, you can only order through the website. And
fantastic.
I'm going to have somebody that's going to be, watching the website. So as your order comes through, we're going to put in the envelope and we ship it out to you. So don't forget to join us November 28th, 7 p.m. for the first Facebook cocktail sip and shop pop-up sale. And there's lots of discount.
Wonderful.
Nasai, I think you freeze on me just now.
Wonderful.
Hello?
I would definitely be there myself. I would definitely be there. Okay, Sam, I just want to say thank you so much again. And hopefully I will see you when we're going to have the special Zoom party that we're having for the end of the show, that we're all going to be in our houses watching the final, and we're just going to do it like this, and anybody can just come in and make any comment they need to make. Just to remind you all, the Rebel Chic Closet first Facebook Live lockdown cocktail shop online. Okay, guys, and I look forward. Hold on, I think we've got two things going on at the same time. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all there. Make sure, because Samuella will be selling these things, and you can get them straight away, and it will be delivered however long it takes, depending on where you live. I just want to say thank you again to everyone who has watched, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And just remember, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Just want to say thank you to all my guests. Have a good day. And we'll see you. Big eviction is going to be on Sunday. It's going to be eviction on Sunday, guys. Massive eviction. So Sunday, this is where it's going to happen. This is it now, guys. There is no messing about. The game, the show, the competition is about to get tough. Now we're going to say goodbye to some folks. Are you ready for the heartache? Are you ready for the heartache? This is the time to get your votes in. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Thank you ever so much, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.